The political struggle that is now taking place is Senator Baucus, who's chairman of the Finance Committee, a very conservative committee. His belief from the very beginning is that you have got to have a bipartisan bill, including conservative Republicans. The problem is the Republicans have been adamant in saying they do not want any public plan. They want regressive funding. So if you put together, as he did, what he calls a coalition of the willing, and this is what really got me going. The so-called coalition of the willing that Baucus formed has 4 Republicans and 3 more or less conservative Democrats. Meanwhile, you have a Democratic president, you have Democratic control of the House, you have 60 Democrats in the Senate, and you have a coalition made up of more Republicans than Democrats shaping the Senate's health care plan. To whom does that make sense? That's
I mean, the
crazy.
irony is for the using of George W. Bush's line around Iraq, the coalition of the willing that Bush talked about was the United States saying to a lot of poorer, more vulnerable countries, it's our way or the highway. That was Bush's coalition of the willing.
That's right. But the idea of having a majority of Republicans creating policy for the Senate when we have 60 votes is, to me, totally absurd. So that is one approach. That's Baucus's approach. The other approach is a more simple approach, and it says this. With Al Franken on board, we now have 60 votes in the Democratic caucus. That is enough to beat back any Republican filibuster. Right. The word must go out from the president on down that every member of that caucus has got to vote to stop a Republican filibuster. And if some conservative Democrats choose not to vote for a strong public option, let them peel off. Let them go back home and explain their reasons. But once we can stop a Republican filibuster, we will certainly have more than 50 votes, 52, 54 votes, 55 votes to pass at least a strong public option and a reasonable bill.